Hi, I'm Nahan, the elected chief of my nation. My role, along with our elected councillors, is to deliver services to our members that support a strong culture and a high quality of life, like safe drinking water and sanitation, transportation, health, education, housing, and recreation. Communities like ours have dedicated their energy to caring for the land and its innumerable resources since time immemorial. We are caretakers for our natural world and our community infrastructure. Keeping these assets healthy is critical for delivering services. Today, 1/3 of our infrastructure is in poor condition, in part because most of it was built in the 60s and 70s and is reaching the end of its useful life. In the past, our investments in infrastructure were often focused on building new assets and not the ones we already have. Due to the uncertainty of our long-term funding, the ongoing costs to operate, maintain, and eventually replace new assets were often not factored into our decisions. At the same time, our community is growing, and so is the demand for new and improved services for our families, elders, and youth. Climate change will result in sea level rise, more severe storms, and other unexpected events. Our infrastructure was not designed for this. In fact, if the only road into and out of our community was washed out, we would be stranded and the health and safety of our members would be jeopardized. Today, we're caught in a cycle where new infrastructure is needed for our growing membership. Our members count on our assets to deliver essential services, and we need to maintain and renew our aging assets. Not all our members can afford user fees. Our own source revenue and government funding doesn't cover all our costs. So my council faces some tough decisions. Do we increase user fees? Do we try to make our old assets last longer? Do we reduce the levels of service we provide? Do we delay new projects? Do we build reserve funds for future asset needs? To support decision-making, we're developing asset management plans and systems. Staff are coming together from all our departments to assess our current practices using a framework developed by BC First Nations. We are working with knowledge keepers to understand how we can best use and protect our physical structures and systems. We are using our comprehensive community plan to start conversations with our members about what services we will need in the future. By taking care of our infrastructure, we will build a brighter future for our families, a place where the traditions, language, and teaching of our ancestors can live on through generations. We are building the sustainability of our community. Do some of our challenges seem familiar to you? We have found the Asset Management Guide helpful in our asset management journey. It was developed by leaders in Indigenous communities across the BC region and shares valuable lessons they've learned through their own journeys. Attend a sustainable infrastructure workshop. Start small and share the work. Know that you're not alone. Stay the course and reach out. Keep working at it. Asset management is an ongoing process with no end date. Support from Chief and Council is critical. Asset management can seem costly to set up, but it's worthwhile. Understand the funding resources available to you. Understand the full life cycle costs of capital projects and use this information in decision making. My neighbors who have taken important steps in their own communities to manage their infrastructure shared some insights that have stuck with me. This is one small piece of the puzzle for us to get towards a place where we are self-sufficient and self-determining our community's future. Just start small. It doesn't have to be a big thing. We started off with little spreadsheets and slowly worked up to a program that the guys can actually use and are excited to use because it will make their lives easier. Where do you want to go on your asset management journey? How will you get there?